Hello everyone, this is Alex and today I will be talking about one topic that's very interesting, which is that can you get subscriptions for cheaper in other countries? I'll be going over 4 steps and I'll try to explain each one of the steps as well as I can while still keeping it as short as I can. And in the end of it all, I will also be giving you a bonus tip, and this will basically save you most of the money and most of the time. So make sure to watch until the end to get this tip, right? So let's get started right into it without talking too much. Number 1 is going to be understanding the reasons behind lower prices in other countries. So basically it's called regional pricing. I'll try to kind of explain it as soon as possible. Like really brief breakdown, really simple, It's just that this is kind of how the companies set price, right? So the main price setter, which is obviously the company, the platform that you're buying your subscriptions from. So you say like 2 customers go to them, right? One comes from Turkey and one comes from USA. The difference between of them is that they do not have the same buying power. And what I mean by that is that the guy in USA has like, say, average income of $4,000 per month, while customer in Turkey has like average income of $1,000 per month. So obviously like $20 for the USA guy is not the same $20 for Turkey guy. So what the companies did in order to not lose, first of all, customers from Turkey is that they basically adjusted the prices based off the local income levels, right? So instead of it kind of going ahead and say having set price of like, say, $20 per month, and like customer in USA pays $20 per month and customer in Turkey pays $20 per month, instead the way it is that they check that and then they basically review the regional income. And upon reviewing the original income, that's the way they set the price. So in this case, they would, for example, set a lot cheaper price for Turkey than in customer in USA. And this right here is exactly where you can go ahead and afterwards act like you are in Turkey and get that pricing that the Turkish people get, even though you might be in USA. So let's talk about second step, which is identifying what companies look at to determine your location. So basically to determine whether you're gonna get the USA price or whether you're gonna get the Turkey price. So this is also pretty straightforward. I mean, it basically has like 4 steps as to how they do it. First of all, you open the site to check out products or subscriptions of them. So say you go to like Spotify subscription, if you open like Spotify app, or if you go to like Spotify.com, that is the first step. Then the site automatically detects your general location using your internet connection. This is something called IP, and basically IPs have like different IPs, basically mean that you are in different places and they basically get your base location off of your IP. Then they show the prices that match the region your IP suggests, assuming that's where you are. And the plot twist, so the last one, is that instead of them kind of going ahead and being like, okay, this is actually where you are, this is the price we're going to charge you, during the charging period, so during your checkout, they actually check your country's region. So what I mean by that is, for example, if you have a Visa card that you're paying with, like your payment card, it has to be from a Turkish bank. So basically it has to be a Turkish card, or else you will not get the Turkish price. So this is like the last step that stops most of the people. Without this, it would just be as simple as, okay, I activate VPN and I just get the cheaper prices, right? But it's not as simple as that. It's not definitely hard either, and I'll teach you how to do it easily. So make sure you stay until the end. Third step is basically determining what's required to access regional pricing. So basically whatever I said here, like what's required to bypass those, right? So ways people attempt to influence each stage of the process. Platforms determine user locations for technical signals. So with technical signals, I mean like IPs, your proxies, like your search history, etc., etc. So for bypassing this, I recommend VPNs. I personally recommend using proxies with it. So the main difference between proxies and like just, random VPN is that VPN is mainly for security issues, while proxies are for like pretending you're in another place. So proxies, for example, have like real search history and they look less like bots, while VPNs are like, okay, my main reason to be here is for me to secure you. So they also change like your IP address, obviously, but they also are pretty easily to spot and platforms won't get fooled this easily. So I would personally recommend using proxies. But if you are still going to go with VPNs, you can use like NordVPN, ProtonVPN, Surfshark, whichever VPN you choose to go with, just make sure it's reliable and also make sure it's pretty cheap because most of this like costs money. And number 2 is payment method check. So exactly what I talked about here in the plot twist, that when you buy, they also check the country your card is registered in. So in order for you to bypass that, it's not as simple as just activating VPN as it would be in the first step. You actually have to rely on third parties to match the original requirements. So methods for such things are often discussed in online forums, such as like, I don't know, I'm just like Cracked.io, OGUser.com. Like these are I think it's like this actually. Or no, I think it's like this. So there are basically lots of forums like that online, and you can basically go ahead and check them out. Or you can also have a friend in the country. So for example, if you have a Turkish friend, you can just borrow his card and just pay him in like PayPal or whatever, right? And just use his card for that. Having the friend one is obviously the best, but if you do not have friend, it's probably most likely that you do not have a friend. Then like you need to rely on third party suppliers. And this is kind of like where it gets a bit tricky, but make sure you stay until the end, because bonus tip will actually solve all of these issues for you. So yeah, that's that basically. Make sure you do not get scammed, by the way, during this. So if you're going to be checking on online forums, make sure that the user you're buying from has like some sort of reputation on online forum. So it most likely says like something user and then like reputation and then a number beside it. So make sure you check the number if you're going to be buying them from a online forum. So last part of this is going to be step-by-step guide on how to take advantage of regional pricing. This is also pretty straightforward. I mean, since we basically went over all of the steps, you can just now combine them kind of, and we can say that like, the number one step is to identify lowest priced region. So for example, if you're looking at like Spotify, the lowest priced regions are India and Turkey. The subscription is compared across different countries to find where it costs less. So basically, you can just Google this. You can just say like, okay, your platform. So for example, like YouTube regional pricings, and it will probably have like some sort of image. So like, yeah, right there, right? It says like Philippines price, like South Africa price, Romania price, etc., etc. And you can basically compare those and find the cheapest country that you want to target like that. Then you want to appear from that location. So this is the VPN or the proxy part. So basically, pretty straightforward as well. And then use matching payment methods. The purchase is completed with the payment option tied to that same region. So also very simple, very straightforward. Just, get a reliable card in that country from a forum or from a friend of yours and just pay with that. So now it's time to give you guys the bonus tip, which is going to be subscriptions.ship. Now, what this is actually is this is a website that basically does all of these, which I mentioned right now for you. So we basically do all of this for you. This is actually my service. We activate subscriptions on your account with regional pricing. We already have the cards ready. We already have the VPNs ready. We already have the whole system set up. And it's basically a lot easier for us to do it for you. And it's actually a lot easier for you as well, because you will save a lot of time. And you will also save a lot of money for like VPNs, proxies, payment cards, etc., etc. You will basically find subscriptions for up to 80% less here. So that's pretty cool. And you also get all of them delivered to you within 24 hours. So yeah, that's that basically. If this video was any help to you, make sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.